Time for our pre-trip. How do y'all do your pre-trip? Let's check it out. I'll show you how I do mine. Nope, you're gonna stay right there while I do my pre-trip, okay? Okay.
And humans currently consume 80 billion animals every year. It's about a 10-to-1 ratio. It does not include seafood, by the way. That's a fact, which begs the question. How is it we can feed 80 billion animals, some quite large, namely pigs and cows, but we can't feed 1 billion humans, most of them children? Something is very wrong with that math. Animals, by the way, are poor caloric converters. In other words, it takes pounds of grain to produce 1 pound of feedlot beef. If you took $16,000 to the bank and they gave you back only $1,000, you might be a little upset. You might even want some sort of restitution, grant, or subsidy to offset your loss. According to the World Health Organization, 1 billion people go to bed hungry every night, 500 million at the door of starvation. 80 billion animals, on the other hand, are not starving. In fact, the meat industry hopes to double that number by 2050. That's because they want you to buy more of their product. They want you to eat more meat. Now, how on earth are we going to feed 160 billion animals when we can't feed 1 billion people? I'll tell you how. And maybe some of you can guess already. By clearing forests. We cut down or burn down forests to create grazing land for these billions of animals, or grow food to feed these billions of animals before then killing all these animals, okay? 2 machines at work here. One is the burning machine. One is the killing machine. The problem is we've already cleared 50% of forests. 50% of your forests are already gone. Talk about deforestation on a global scale. This is not a sustainable way of eating.
That was perfectly said.
Wait, this can't be true.
Well, the translators are gone, and the live stream is waning, which means that if we just listen to my colleague Matthias, the best thing in the world would be to leave it to you, the people. Now it's up to you to share what clearly, based on the cavernous emptiness we see in all of these spaces, is only going to be heard if you share it. So it feels very appropriate that I should be the one with the quietest voice.
Marker lights aren't on.
But let's let that lion roar, shall we? I'm done talking about COVID, and I'm done talking about SARS-CoV-2, and I'm done for a very simple reason. For 110 years, we, the people of the world, have been lied to. People of the world have been lied to. We're a group, a very small number of criminal industrial conspirators decided to subordinate the entirety of the human population for the purpose of their sinister plans to enrich themselves while impoverishing and killing the rest of humanity. And I'm done being polite. We've long passed polite. When the words acceptable death rate become part of an industrial norm, we have lost the plot of humanity. And that's not my words. Those were the words of the World Health Organization and of Pfizer and of Moderna when they were given the authorization to begin the process of killing human beings in the interest of advancing their goals. Next slide. And I'm also not going to sugarcoat this. This is a criminal cartel. We are acting as though there's some sort of redeemable quality somewhere in some esoteric layer that somehow or another the World Health Organization must have some salutatory benefit. Well, I'm going to tell you, since its formation in the 1940s, the World Health Organization has been nothing more than a criminal cartel that has a sole and singular intent. And I will show you the document that proves what I'm saying. This is not an allegation. This is actually provable by their own words in their own hand. And they use a four-step process to execute every one of their nefarious plans. They begin by planning an exercise, then they go to the business of funding that exercise, then they create the rationale for the thing that they're going to do, and then they deploy and profit from it. And in violation of 50...
Wait, this can't be true.
Well, that's one pre-trip, right? One hell of a pre-trip. And if you guys are interested in the pre-trip, make sure you like your boy, subscribe, follow for more. Thank you.